Good day, everybody. It's going to be brief and quick. It's going to be in my broadcast today is going to be in English, and that's because there's a particular person I want to hear, and he probably might not understand Yoruba, and I want him to understand that I have come out because everything he has said is a lie. And if somebody comes out openly to tell lies, if you don't go about debunking that lies, in the heart of people, it becomes the truth. So I'm just going to play a few clips for us. So if we can see, that would be great.
We're called parasites. Today we are declaring that we, the Northerners, are the economic heart of Nigeria. And nobody can address us as parasites. We are the economic heart of Nigeria. The oil that is so being busted on today was discovered, harnessed, and the refineries were constructed with the northern Nigerian sweat, with the northern Nigerian economy, with the northern Nigerian money. The money of granite, pyramid, and cotton was the one that was used to research,
So
I'm
going to stop this liar there. Now, this is a report by F.D. Lugard. Majority of us, if you don't know him, go and Google his name. Is Frederick Lugard. So this is a amalgamation of northern and southern Nigeria. It's about 89 pages. It's very thick, and I'm going to be going through this document with us over the course of the week. But today I'm just going to address his lies. He said the economic backbone of Nigeria is the north, and they developed the oil in the south with groundnut, pyramid, cotton. So in this document, which I'm going to be reviewing from tomorrow Monday, so that we understand the truth. Now, around the 1912, when Lugard was called from Hong Kong to become the Governor General of northern and southern Nigeria, the north was always in deficit. The north was always in deficit, and they were being subsidized by the UK government taxpayers' money. They were being subsidized by £100,000 in those days, which in today's money would be about maybe 100 and something million pounds in today's money. The north was always in deficit, and that was why they amalgamated northern and southern Nigeria. Now, apart from the amalgamation, the south, as at that time, our reserve was 1.7 million pounds. Our reserve in the south was about 1.7 million pounds. Now, he talked about cotton. Now, let me also mention here that cotton, as they say, was not even grown in the north. This is what happened. Lugard had the intention to grow cotton. Now, to farm cotton is it's enormous. And what you actually get in terms of returns from cotton cannot be compared to what you get from groundnut. So the northerners, rather than farm cotton, refused to farm cotton because they get more from groundnut. So they did not farm groundnut. Now, he was saying they use groundnut money to build these, that's all lies. When Lugard came in 1914 to 1919, when he was administering Nigeria, 3 products were the mainstay, the main economic backbone of Nigeria. Number 1 was cocoa, because there was nothing like oil then. Number 1 was cocoa. Number 2 was tin. And Lugard was selling about 9,960, about 32, 62, thereabout, tons of tin every year. And it gets about 1.7, 1.8 million pounds in those days. That's what he was getting. So those are what were bolstering the economy. If you join the two countries, the north and the south, their income for a year is about 4.7 million pounds a year that Lugard was using to administer the country. So for somebody to come out now, so the third one, we are taxes. And those taxes, mainly, we are VAT, because the VAT was introduced during the war era. And it was introduced because they wanted to buffer the war vault, hoping that at some point they would remove VAT completely. But they saw that it was lucrative and somebody forgot to remove it. And that's why we still pay VAT today. So people don't know why VAT even came into being. Because what value are you adding? Why are they calling it value added tax? What value are you adding? I build a chair and government say you've added value and they tax you. So we should understand. So this document here spells out what each and every region was making. The North and South. This document was 1919. Now let's fast forward to recently. We know that the backbone of the Nigeria state now is Southwest. Because as of 2019, Southwest produced more than the internally generated revenue of just the 6 states of Southwest was more than 24 states of Nigeria. And when these parasites, when they talk, they will tell you they are giving us alubosa. They are giving us onions. Let me tell you, onions in Yoruba land grow on the ground without fertilizers. Farmers in the south are not giving fertilizers to grow their crop. But farmers in the north are giving fertilizers, giving support, giving everything so that they can shut down our own food supply in the south. And now they are saying they are the backbone of Nigeria. Now, this man goes ahead to say he wants to, if this Southeast break, if Southwest break, they will still remain Nigeria. Good luck to them. Because we know how the name Nigeria came about. The name Nigeria came from Niger. And this is the subtle. They were going to name it Sudan. A lot of people think it's the Sudan we have today. No. Niger Republic that you don't know before was formerly called Sudan. So Niger Republic was the country they called Sudan, not the present Sudan, you know, which is now South Sudan and North Sudan. So it was that name they were thinking to give Nigeria because they wanted to claim it as far as Niger Republic, that they did not succeed. So it was Flora Shaw that now said, okay, since we cannot claim Niger Republic, why not let's give these people Niger area. Now, you would think this thing, because that's what Lugard wrote in his report. He described us as Negro and Negroid. So, and he said those from the south we are pure Negroes, and those from the north we are the Mohammedans and the Mohammedans and Negroids. So that's how he described them. So you could, if you look at this, you will see the top. It's a French Sudan, and you see Nigeria there. So that's the map Lugard draw. So that was what they were thinking, to give us Sudan. And then that Nigeria, it's Niger area, Negro area. And I said Negro came from the word Simon. It's a Jewish word. Simon means black. So that's black area. And he said, in the whole of Africa, there's no place that has been called black area, which is a derogatory word in those days. So they call it Negro area, and that's how we got our name. And that is why we say, it's one of the things why we say, we don't even want that name again. Let them take it. Just give us our Yoruba nation, which is honorable for us. So he's saying they are sustaining the Nigeria economy. So if they are sustaining the Nigeria economy, which is good for them, which is working well for them, which is giving them growth, and they still need to continue to borrow from China, from here, from left, from center, to build roads to their cousins in the French Sudan. that they twist to Niger Republic. That's fine. We are not going to stop them from building roads to go and connect to their ancestors that they've missed. But what we are saying is we want to dissolve the Nigeria country because it is no longer a viable product. So if he wants to talk, perhaps we should make it a debate, and I will be ready to debate him. But coming out to say blatant lies that the nuts, the groundnut money, they use it to develop refinery. Now let me now tell him again that the refinery they built in Kaduna refinery in 2018, Kaduna refinery generated 0 naira, but it got 1.8 billion. Something that generated 0, gulping 1.8 billion. NNPC wrote to the Federation and say for April, May, June, 3 months, we will not remit 0 to the Federation account. 0. Yet, they are collecting money, they are selling oil leases, oil licenses, OML and OPL, and they are selling it within themselves. And he's still coming out to tell us lies. So let him go and bring all his facts and figures. Let us fix a date, and then we can debate it, and he can give us the figures of how much his ancestors contributed to the building of Nigeria. Before he's coming out to tell us Nigeria, they are the backbone, they want to keep the name, this, that. We will not fall for lies. So let him take all his lies back. I'll be educating us based on records, not fabricated lies. Based on records. I've not written this. This was written in 1919. If you need a copy, I can send it to you. It's 89 pages. It's 89 pages. But if you look at it, if it's in today's world, it's probably be more than that. It'll probably be about 200-300 pages. But I will take time to really digest everything for us. Because I've gone through the documents. I'll take time to digest everything for us. And how we were amalgamated. Even when we were amalgamated, Britain was still paying. Britain had to pay that 100,000 for 5 years, even after we are amalgamated. And how Lugard, in this same document, told us how much he acquired Nigeria for. He acquired Nigeria for about 4-point-something million. But in his 5 years, he said he's already got that money back. I'm going to tell us everything. And who paid that money? It is we from the south, Yoruba land especially, that paid that money. We paid 6 million for Britain's war debt. And not only that, we still paid 36 million in interest on that war loan. So let nobody patronize us and think we are fools. Our generation will not take any nonsense. Thank you. I'll be back.